Hello friends, you are on the channel Quotes of Great Men. Enjoy watching. Whoever, to whatever purpose or extent, initiates the use of force is a killer acting on the premise of death in a manner wider than murder, the premise of destroying man's capacity to live. Only the pleasure which proceeds from a rational value judgment can be regarded as moral. Pleasure, as such, is not a guide to action nor a standard of morality. Neither life nor happiness can be achieved by the pursuit of irrational whims. It's the person who would sell his soul for a nickel who is loudest in proclaiming his hatred of money. Mysticism requires the notion of the unknowable, which is revealed to some and withheld from others. This divides men into those who feel guilt and those who cash in on it. Rights are not a matter of numbers, and there can be no such thing, in law or in morality, as actions forbidden to an individual, but permitted to a mob. She thought how strange it would be if she ever said hello to him. One did not greet oneself each morning. She thought, at this moment, the glass stem between his fingers feels just like the one between mine. We have this much in common. Is it advisable to spread out all the conveniences of culture before people to whom a few steps up a stair to a library is a sufficient deterrent from reading? The sky is like a black sieve pierced by silver drops that tremble, ready to burst through. He had a big head and a face so ugly it became almost fascinating. It's because, you see, if we had souls, which we haven't, and if our souls met yours and mine, they'd fight to the death. But after they had torn each other to pieces, to the very bottom, they'd see that they had the same root. And man will go on. Man, not men. Their eyes were dark and hard and glowing, with no fear in them, no kindness and no guilt. That's a cute sentence, the years to come. Why are you so sure they're coming? What is kinder to believe the best of people and burden them with a nobility beyond their endurance, or to see them as they are, and accept it because it makes them comfortable? Whether you know the shape of a pebble or the structure of a solar system, the axioms remain the same, that it exists and that you know it. This is the age of the common man. They tell us a title which any man may claim to the extent of such distinction as he has managed not to achieve. If he can give his readers no reason why they should read his book, except that the events happened to him, it is not a valid book. Reality confronts man with a great many musts, but all of them are conditional. The formula of realistic necessities you must, if and the if stands for man's choice. Let me be the child in a story and declare that the emperor is naked, or that America is culturally bankrupt. A free mind and a free market are corollaries. The verdict you pronounce upon the source of your livelihood is the verdict you pronounce upon your life. Unjust laws have to be fought ideologically. They cannot be fought or corrected by means of mere disobedience and futile martyrdom. No happy person can be quite so impervious to pain. Gail Wynan to Dominique Franken. She did not know what it was about him that had always made her want to see him broken. The attack on selfishness is an attack on man's self-esteem. To surrender one is to surrender the other. I don't want to see you. I don't like you. I don't like your face. You look like an insufferable egotist. You're impertinent. You're too sure of yourself. 20 years ago, I would have punched your face with the greatest of pleasure. Because the beauty of the human body is that it hasn't a single muscle which doesn't serve its purpose, that there's not a line wasted, that every detail of it fits one idea, the idea of a man and the life of a man. The action required to sustain human life is primarily intellectual. Everything man needs has to be discovered by his mind and produced by his effort. Kill reverence and you've killed the hero in man. The man who refuses to judge, who neither agrees nor disagrees, who declares that there are no absolutes and believes that he escapes responsibility, is the man responsible for all the blood that is now spilled in the world. There are two sides to every issue. Even in dialogue, your own style rules your selection. Do not give yourself a blank check of this kind. I'll merely reproduce what I think a character like so-and-so would say. You have to reproduce it in the way your literary premises dictate. Happiness is not to be achieved at the command of emotional whims. I agree that marriage should be treated like a business deal. But every business deal has to have its own terms and its own kind of currency. God gave man a brain and a penis, but added little blood, so when one of them works, the other gets nothing. Thanks for watching. Check out these educational videos too.